Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic. I'm Sarah Wiseman. Today we're talking about how does intentional compassion help us? We're working from the book Messages from the Divine. We're on lesson 55. We're going to just start it out with the book. In radical compassion, you have extreme and total understanding of the other as yourself. You have extreme and total understanding of the other as yourself. You don't just look and think we are one or we are connected. Let me say that again a little more clearly in the order. You don't just look at someone and say we're connected or we're interconnected. You don't just look and say we're one. You look and say we are the same. We are not only connected and interconnected. We are the same essence. We are one soul into physical realities. We are one soul in two physical containers. I'm not talking about twin souls. I'm talking about how we are with every single other soul that exists. We are the same as, we are one with. So when we're going about our lives, when we choose this radical compassion, which is recognition of the other as yourself, we really shift into a different dimension. We shift into a higher spiritual realization. We shift into a higher spiritual dimension with that choice. So the book states, you recognize there is no separation ever. You realize that what happens to the least of you happens to all. You realize that your own soul, the collective soul, and the ineffable energy of God, one all, is the same, and that this same is true for the soul of every other being. There is no them, it is all us. There is no them, it is all us. And this includes the people you love, and it includes the people you like, and it includes the people you don't like, and it includes the people you hate. And it also includes the animals and the plants and the living beings and the non-living beings and the sentient beings and the non-sentient beings and every single thing. So how does this make you feel, to feel that here you are as a consciousness? You have a sense of your own consciousness. You are the I am, but you're also part of the bigger I am. And sometimes the phrasing is used, I am that. I am and I am that. Both. And everyone else is also I am and I am that. One soul, small case, one soul, uppercase. One soul, that's you. One soul, that's everything. So when we choose compassion as our recognition of the other, it really shifts things, because we always have choices of how we're going to respond. And as I talk, I personally have quite a little temper, and I don't always respond with compassion. I often fly off the handle and respond terribly. This is one of my struggles. This is one of the things I'm working on. Everybody else has, all of us have our own personal personality traits, and we choose to respond as best as we can. Most people respond as best that they can, but we are not perfect. The whole point of all of this work is not to be perfect in any way. It's just to continue going forward in your own evolution and your own expansion. So when we choose compassion, when we choose as our response, instead of hot-headed anger or deep hatred or annoyance or, all these negative ways we could respond, or just simply disregarding. When we respond with deep compassion, like from the heart to every situation, deep empathy, deep compassion, it changes us because we recognize our oneness. And every time we recognize our oneness, the entire collective is raised up and we ourselves exist in a different spiritual dimension. We exist at a higher level of our own personal evolution. So, when you show up in the world in radical compassion, the book says, you show up with both extreme empathy and extraordinary joy. You bring the full depth of your understanding to another's pain, and you acknowledge this pain and you feel it in your own heart. You witness it, you know it as your own because you are one. We are working from the book, Messages from the Divine. I'm Sarah Wiseman, and you will find me at sarahwiseman.com.